Enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Yeah.
All right.
Morning, everybody.
Up and running.
That's
as
right.
They say up and running. What a...
Most of us up and running. Most of us up and running.
Oh, no.
Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Sam, you're just getting here too, huh?
Oh, no.
It's late day for everybody, I guess.
I saw Sam when I came in, working diligently in the office.
That's what I do. It's my job.
Oh.
And you live the furthest away, I think.
Yeah, I live in Westchester.
What is that, like?
Westchester.
How far is that?
Snob.
5 minutes, 10 minutes?
No, it's about a 30-minute drive without traffic.
Oh, really?
25, 30 minutes.
Yeah, we got members on the staff that just don't want to get here on time.
Oh, no. It's crazy. Not you. What happened today? What happened? Let's get it out there on the table.
I left at 6:01.
No,
No,
Jimmy,
you're not
you.
the problem.
Everybody's going to
guess-
about you coming in like...
I guess Erock and Sal decided to get here around 5:55 or so.
Oh,
according
Jesus.
to Travis, who was very pissed off.
Oh, no.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. How'd that happen? Were they hanging out together?
I don't know. Maybe they had a late night or something together because...
Don't we have a new boss? What are you doing? You get away with that shit with the idiots that were running this joint, but not the new guy.
He's going to pay attention.
He's not going to fucking put up with that shit.
You know what time we used to come in?
What?
4:30. 4:30.
And that's I don't want to be the guy to say it, but I will say this much: yeah, that's when you should come in.
4:30.
We don't need anyone starting at 6 o'clock.
And then when we got the bosses here, the old regime, in a meeting once when we were having issues with certain staff members being late all the time, they said, we really don't see any reason why you can't be here by 5:30. And like Travis and me looked at each other like,
5:30?
are you fucking kidding? This is fantastic. I can't believe
Oh, my
like,
God.
We don't need anyone at that point.
Of course. You need people here early to...
I mean, some of you guys are on the air and you absolutely contribute to the on-air product. But in general, by showtime, we don't need anybody. We don't need to see Sal walking around at that point.
No.
He's useless today. And Eric's useless today. Sorry, but you are.
Oh, boy.
Because anyone could push the fucking buttons going in a fucking break.
Apparently not. Sometimes.
Not on time.
Jesus.
It is a thing, though, that once the show's up and running,
There's no...
it's running. Like,
right, we don't need anyone. We're well prepared.
We're here to push you guys, and you're the wheels that move down that hill. It's
There it
moving
is. Now we're moving.
It's already been pushed. You don't need to
It-
show up at the top of the hill. It's already rolling down.
Oh, no.
Travis,
what do you get here now for? It's already down the hill.
What happened, Travis? Travis walked in really mad, and we asked, what's wrong?
I walk over to the printer to print out all the work that I've been doing for the last hour.
Oh,
For
shit.
the last hour. Like,
Well, yeah, I
think
mean,
it's more than
I get
reasonable
here at
that
5.
that the behind-the-scenes staff gets here at 5.
Sam and I
That's
are
not
here at
asking
5.
much.
Right.
Diligently working.
Sam told me, so you and Jess, he told me he gets up at fucking, what time do you wake up?
3:55.
I couldn't get over it.
I get up at 3.
Like, why would anyone wake up that early?
He gets up at 3.
Oh, it's terrible.
3, yeah.
To make sure he's here by 5 to fucking help us
Oh, my
out.
God.
Hour and a half.
Well, now I'm starting to think, who are the stupid ones here?
Well, I don't think Erock's stupid because if you know, he got away with it for many, many years. But my point is that the new guy is not going to put up with that. I'm sorry.
That's the craziest part. I can't imagine the thinking behind getting here at 6 o'clock in the morning when we just got a new boss.
right.
You know? Just got a new boss.
Oh, Erock, comment? Look who's coming in, though. Brave, young, late Sal.
Plus, Sal knows he gets hammered for everything. Like, there is nothing this show likes to do more than hammer on Sal.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but we've been over this. Like, you know, you're working for your own fucking career, not ours.
Oh, boy.
Who the fuck's gonna hire a guy that shows up at 5:55 for a morning show?
It starts at 6.
Well, I can be here 5 minutes before the show starts.
Like you should be working hard for your own fucking career. Holy
Work hard for the money. Dun, 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 so hard for it.
So what happened, Travis? I didn't mean to interrupt you.
So that's fine. So I'm printing out all my work, and Kenny says, "Is Eric here?" I said, "I would assume so. It's 5:55."
5:55.
He said, "I don't think Eric and Sal are here because nobody came to take my credit card for the coffee."
Oh shit!
And I said, "Well, that's impossible. It's 5:55." So I walked back into the booth where normally one of them is manning the board
Because
5 minutes before showtime.
I would assume at 6, buttons have to be pushed.
Yeah, sometimes before 6.
Oh.
You know what's great too? I can only imagine because when I get here, I try to find stuff for the show, right?
Sure.
So I don't know exactly everything else that's going on around here the first hour before the show. And Travis is looking for news articles. So he doesn't know everything else that's going around here the first hour before the show because we're trying to be able to just pile shit in front of you guys that you might use 30% of it, hopefully.
That would be great.
The interns must have just been sitting here
Oh,
with nobody.
Of course,
The interns are all here at 5:15, 5:30.
With nobody but Sal and Eric.
Who's in charge here? Ain't you?
So the interns are just sitting here like, what? Like we're getting school credit for this?
Oh no, no! The interns are here.
And it's not a rare occurrence, is what I'm getting at here.
Oh,
it happens way too much. Like, Sal, you're useless.
Oh Jesus!
I would like
You're
to,
absolutely useless
I would
today. You
like
might as
to-
well go home. I don't give a fuck. The show will be great today, and it'll have nothing to do with you.
You want to filibuster?
No, I would
like
like to
Cruz. Get out there and filibuster.
I would like to just defend myself.
I could not in a box.
Sal, but there's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can say. You're working for your own career, and
I
you
completely
still
agree with
don't
that.
understand that.
I know,
it has
I
nothing to do
completely
with
understand
us. Eventually, we'll be out of the business or moving on, and you're still a young kid with nowhere to go because you don't work hard.
I want.
Oh wait! Also, by the way, I heard that Erock called to say he was going to be late, but he called Sal, who was also late. So no one here knew.
Because he's not stupid. He calls the one guy that it doesn't matter you call when you're late.
But then you could say, "Hey, I called," but you didn't call like Travis,
Or us, or text us.
Yeah.
I think he has my fucking number by now.
You didn't get a guess
right.
what?
Of course you call the
You know what
weakest
time
guy.
it is?
Yeah, you near a clock?
You're near a clock,
Right.
Sal, comment.
I instructed Travis earlier this month that for the entire month of September, there's train.
Until further notice, I would be taking Mondays off.
This is not starting well.
I'm a man of leisure.
I'm a man of leisure.
I instructed
A banana must Steve.
for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
I told Travis that there's construction going on at the train that I take to come into work. For the entire month of September, I'll be getting here between 5:30
on the
and 6.
railroad.
I usually get here at 5:15.
What's the alternative to get here a little bit early?
Thank you,
I would
Jimmy.
have to
Get up earlier.
buy a cab or something like that.
Well, then you got to do what you got to do.
And
'cause
I told you, I
don't-
said, that's fine.
Right.
I said, but if you are going to be later close to 6, let me know.
You said later after 6. I got
did
here
not-
before 6.
Sal.
Travis.
Oh my God.
you got here what?
I got here before 6.
by 2 minutes.
Still before 6. So I paid for a cab.
This is why I can't talk to like younger people. Oh, they don't even have a concept
No, but
what they're doing to themselves.
I knew I wasn't going to be here after 6, so I didn't tell Travis. So
Dude,
I bought a cab to get up here today.
It's fine that I was late. I knew I was going to be late.
You're a slacker. I mean, good luck being a slacker. You might be the first one that figures it out. But I know a million people in this business. No one would hire a guy like you.
You're a slacker, McFly.
I know a million people. They would never accept a guy showing up at 5:58, and then that person thinks it's okay to show up at
I didn't.
5:58.
It drives me nuts. I have Ajita coming here late every single day. But on the way up here,
Sale.
Eric texted me saying, "Hey, dude, I'm going to be a little bit late. Can you
And
just
you're like, hey, so am I."
run the board for me?"
Yeah.
So this is so cool.
Yeah,
Late, buddies.
Let's walk in together. We'll pretend we were in an accident.
So what
What time did Eric text you?
And by the way, when you get
I like testimony.
when you get a text from Eric that says I'm going to be a little bit late, because on time for you know how most people, if you're on time, you're late. If you're late, you're early for Eric. So, so when he says I'm going to be a little late, like you're lucky he's here for the first hour of the show.
Eric texted me at today at 5:51 a.m.
That's when the text at 5:51 it says, "I'm going to be
late."
Not like I'm panicking because I'm already 51 minutes late.
I was going to say, Sal, you should have told me that Eric was going to be late, but it's 5:51.
Yeah, that's like.
As soon as
I
it
know.
happened, I said, I'm not there yet. You got to ask Travis.
And he's not there yet.
I'm not there yet.
That's what I said. What else am I going to say? I'm not there. And Eric writes, okay.
Can you process this, Sam?
I don't know. I don't know what
I can't even
happened.
wrap my head around this because he has no awareness that this is a problem.
Oh, I love it.
I know it's a problem.
For your own life, not even our lives, because I don't need you to do a radio show. Period.
I understand that, but
we gave you a pretty amazing break in this business, and you're blowing it. Because eventually you're going to have to move on with however it happens, and no one's going to fucking hire you.
Oh, geez.
You're just going to be a low level who gives a fuck guy in this business.
There was a scenario.
You have no comprehension.
I'm just saying I had a scenario.
Because it's your fucking generation. I have to say
and I
it.
told you, I said, if it's going to be closer to 6, let me know. I said, I understand if you're going to be here.
After 6.
Sal,
Travis.
why would I say after 6?
You don't even have the time.
After 6 o'clock doesn't matter.
What does it mean it doesn't matter? I knew I was going to get here before 6.
Sal, let me ask you.
I can't even voice my own opinion.
Why would I
here.
tell you to let me know if it's going to be after 6 when after 6 the show is on?
Yeah,
I need to know before 6.
The show start. We all know when the show starts. So you told me that specific time to let you know.
right,
I covered
Sal.
for it.
What time?
And I covered for you when you're not here, and I don't say anything about it either.
You're not supposed to say anything. It's your fucking job. I cover for you when you're not here. You're not supposed. This isn't like, I covered for Travis the last 3 days. Let me come in late, and it's totally fucking okay.
No, it doesn't. But I'm just saying, we all help each other out when we're trying to cover for the other person. That's all I'm saying. We all work together. We try to work together, but it turns into everyone fucking throwing the other person.
Yeah, and I let you know that I wasn't going to be here. I let you know days ahead of time. I didn't let you know 5 minutes ahead of time.
I'm just
that
saying
I wasn't going to be here for 3 fucking days.
Something is going on. Someone's not going to be here or whatever. The other people step up around here and they help the other person out. But it all turns into is this guy's not here. Fuck him. That's all it fucking turns into.
No, it doesn't. If you texted me and you said, I'm not going to be here until 6 today, I would have covered for you, but you didn't. So how the fuck am I supposed to cover for you?
I can't cover. I'm supposed to anticipate Eric being late.
I can't do my own job and call everyone on the staff to make sure that they're going to be here on time, or I got to do their fucking job too. Okay?
So
nobody else in the world calls their staff every morning and says, "Hey, you going to be here on time, or should I do your job today?"
But how am I supposed to anticipate Eric going to be here late? So I'm not here. So all of a sudden, everyone else's responsibilities fall under me. You're here.
I will now be accepting you are a genius.
I'm here doing my job. You want to let me know you're going to be a little later than normal? That's fine.
But it wasn't my job to launch. I don't do that. Eric does that. So it's coming down on me for some fucking reason. You're the only other person here who could launch Delete, get the show.
It's coming down on you because you were late. It doesn't matter what your job here is. You're still late.
I understand that, but you were instructed earlier. I told you
Stop
6
telling me you
weeks ago.
instructed me to do
I told you
something.
6 weeks ago that I was going to be here between 5:30 and 6 for the rest of the month. So the one day that Eric shows up late, this is my fucking fault? This is fucking ridiculous.
I'm not saying it's your fault that Eric is late.
You just said it's my fault. Oh. You're the only other person here who could cover for if I'm not here.
It was your fault that Eric was late.
This is fucking ridiculous.
It's your fault you were late. It's not your fault that Eric was late.
Sal's going home.
I told you earlier this month that I'm going to be here between 5:30 and 6 every day.
And I said, that's fine. Let me know if it's going to be closer to 6 instead of 5:30. Because normally you were here closer to 5:30 than 6.
But he's saying you said after 6.
You know
I never would have said after 6.
I think we should see what Troy Kwan thinks about
No,
this.
no. It's all fine. Troy doesn't have an opinion.
He gets here nice and early. We should ask him how he figures it out.
No.
Oh my God!
But Sal, we don't need you at 5:30. We don't need you at 6 o'clock. Like, what are you doing for the show today? Now that you showed up at 5:55,
I will be on phones between 6 o'clock.
We might take two. We take 2 to 3 phone calls a day,
regardless of if you take calls or not. I need to be there to do it.
So if you're not there, oh well, we won't take phone calls today. Who cares?
The intern would do it.
The intern would do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness!
And why can't you come in earlier?
What's that?
It's a hassle that your trains are all fucked up. But why can't you come in earlier for a month?
I cannot afford a $30 cab.
No, what time would you have to get up earlier to catch the earlier train? Even though it's annoying.
There's construction between 11:59 p.m. the night before till 5 a.m.
Let me ask you: could you take a cab to a different train stop?
That
way it wouldn't cost $30. It would cost like $5 for the cab.
Right.
and then you get on a different train.
Oh,
I suppose
damn you,
I could
Sam.
I could take a
Damn
shorter
you.
cab. But it's mainly getting from Brooklyn to New York. Like once I'm in New York, I could take a cab or take any other of the numerous trains that run at that time. Yeah, I in theory could do that, but it's just as expensive.
So your train
There's
the
no
train
buses.
by your house is not running between.
It doesn't run between 11:59 the night before and 5 a.m. the next day.
And then from 5, it takes how long to get here?
It takes on a normal day, if everything works out beautifully, I get on the 4:45 train at my stop, and I get to work at 5:15. So it takes about roughly a half hour if everything works smoothly.
So then what happened this morning?
Everything didn't work so smoothly.
Everything didn't work so smoothly. I'm waiting at my stop, waiting for the first train to.
Oh, the train
happen
didn't
after
show
the
up?
construction.
Oh, okay. The train showed up late.
The choo-choo.
It varies. Like sometimes,
Look,
it
it's
depends.
New York subways.
I know.
Sal's not saying anything that's
All
not
right.
true. I've sat at train stations for 20
Oh, I know.
minutes waiting
They're
for a train.
fucking crazy.
And then you miss that train, then you're waiting for a longer interval for the next transfer.
You know the guy you made fun of, Denny.
Uh-oh.
And he does. I mean, I'll be honest. He doesn't really do much around here, but he at least shows up. He at least shows up, and he's ready to go at any fucking moment if they call his number.
I
If
understand.
they need him to come out of the fucking bullpen,
He's
you know
just
what?
waiting for the coach
He's
to
just
put him in.
waiting. He doesn't have to even be here, but he makes sure he gets here nice and early.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today.
Oh, Sal went
Put
through.
me in, coach.
He went through a full internship. He's paid his dues.
I know.
That's true.
what happens.
You know?
I'm just saying, like, I don't. It's frustrating that since Eric came here, I'm not trying to throw Eric under the bus. Eric gets here at his
well.
normal time. Everything's understood. He does his job.
What's his normal time?
It's like around between 5:50 and 6. Like any time around there.
That's his normal time.
But whatever, it doesn't matter. Eric gets here. He does that job.
Eric,
I told
you want to
Travis I wasn't
comment,
here,
or
so
you
in
gonna
the
just
event-
sit there?
Erock, comment.
No, I'm not trying to.
And I've talked to him about this a million fucking times.
Uh-oh, I think I see club soda. Oh, I thought he was coming in. Oh, boy. Okay, Erock, comment?
I'm not usually here between 5:50 and 6 o'clock.
That's what he says.
That's what Sal's saying.
Uh-oh.
What time
you
you
normally
usually
here?
here?
Usually around 5:40. That's not that much better, but
A little closer to 5:45. Squeak there. Squeak down a little bit. Maybe it's 5:48 to 5:50.
We should never beat half the staff into the show.
What time do you get here, Opie?
5:30. Sit there and I read 4 fucking papers and then I go.
Oh, my God.
5:30.
Yeah.
Do you ever look around like, oh, I have an idea for today's show, but there's no one to tell.
There's literally no one.
There's nobody around to tell.
No.
There's nobody.
There are actually at least 3 interesting stories on 1010 Wins on the way in, but talk about the inability to multitask. That's me. I mean, there's no secret there. And trying to drive like a maniac like I do, like I think and go, okay, I'll remember that, and then I don't. If somebody was in earlier, like during the time I'm driving in and actually listening to Wins, maybe in the background while they do something else, and just hear those little tidbits. I won't say nugget. Tidbit stories. You know, things like that. Maybe that we could do something on. Oh, my God. The Yankees fucked up their Mariano Rivera bobblehead doll fucking giveaway yesterday. They weren't fucking, they didn't get there on time. The trucks didn't get there. There's a stadium full of fucking
Eric
people.
and Sal driving the trucks?
Oh! Yeah,
they had
stadium
to give
full
them-
of people waiting for their free Mariano Rivera bobbleheads. Oh, it was like a riot. Then they had to line up for fucking like the complete side of a stadium, up the ramp, back downstairs, across, with vouchers in their hands from the 3rd inning, missing the game. It was a disaster. And John Montone's talking about it's like, and I think they rehired George Costanza. Yeah, it was funny.
But how bad do you need a bobblehead?
People want these Mariano Rivera bobbleheads.
Fuck the bobblehead.
They want, and tonight, Charlie Brown bobblehead dolls. So we'll see if they redeem themselves.
Not going to get me today.
No, I swear. It's a Charlie Brown bobblehead
Yeah, bullshit. But this Rivera thing didn't happen.
I know. I'm the boy that cried Costanza.
Mars, you want to jump in on this one or what?
I'm always here real early.
Oh, when you're here.
What time you wake
This
up?
guy takes more time off.
What?
2.
He wakes up 2.
2?
Yeah.
Two?
And the reason I do that is because if I miss that bus, then I have an hour to wait for the next bus, and I'm still here on time.
Oh, man.
See, I mean, if you guys can't get here early, then fucking, I don't want you fired, but we'll fucking move you somewhere else. We don't need you.
October 1st, I'm going to go back to my
To what?
routine.
Which is 5:30 or 5:40.
No, I get here at 5:15.
I can't give you tomorrow. I can't give you the rest of the week.
I'm not going to take that idea that Sam had about taking a cab to another station.
I simply cannot. I honestly cannot afford that.
I'm going to tell you one thing.
I don't know if I can expense it.
Next Tuesday,
I told you.
We'll get you.
I will be here on time.
We'll get you a boring job in one of these dumb, tiny little fucking studios
Cubicle?
as a board op.
Where they come in at like 9 to 5.
Yeah, you'll have a nice life.
Working 9 to 5. Damn, what a way to make a living.
There's literally 3 work days left in the month, and he goes, I simply cannot afford 3 cab rides.
I paid for one today. It
simply can't do it.
Yeah.
You got to do it.
I know what I've told you. Expense it. You can expense a ride to work.
Do you understand the work ethic? I'll say it again. It's horrible. And it's not because you're letting us down, because in the end, we don't need you, and that's the truth.
Ouch.
But you're working for your own career, your own future. Why wouldn't you want to do that?
Look, this guy Mike is
Why would you wanna
suggesting
do
maybe
that?
Sal could take the trophy.
Participation.
World's greatest secretary.
Like, look at the work ethic in this room. Fucking Jimmy goes out to Leno to be on national TV, and he makes sure he's here the next day. He doesn't have to do that. If he told the company, look, I have to take a day because I'm doing Leno, they would never question it. But he does it. He gets on a fucking red eye just to make sure he's here the next day after doing Leno. That's crazy.
That's a fact, Sal.
Well, Jimmy's been shaking his head this whole time too, because it's mind-boggling.
Parkinson's.
Yes. I have to blow someone later. I'm just getting ready.
Jimmy, it's mind-boggling, right?
Yeah,
because you're a young guy. You're not established in anything yet. You get a few perks here and there when you get established, but you're still trying to work towards something. Why wouldn't you want to be here really early and really fucking put in an effort?
When I get here early, I can take care of my whole routine. I don't have to stress.
Even 5:15, believe it or not, is not that early.
5 is like, I would think 5 for people that are setting up for a 6 o'clock show, or technically when the buttons need to be pushed, when the replays end and everything. I would think 5, an hour. 1 hour. It's a good rule of thumb for prepping for a show.
I don't think that's asking for much.
No, that's like the minimum.
Some do it in 5 to 10 minutes. I mean, if they could get it done in 5 to 10 minutes, why take an hour to do what you could do in 7 minutes?
Well, I didn't realize we had brilliant people around us that could do a job in 5 minutes.
Time management.
You ever sleep, Erock?
Yeah, Erock, what happened? We heard about the subway and stuff like that. Was my up late playing with some action figures?
No.
Writing fan fiction?
No.
Your movie?
Animaniacs DVDs?
No, it's
DVDs?
Coke float before bed, too much sugar, couldn't sleep.
Just one more.
It's a regular thing with him.
Erock,
then he gets, then we talk about it. Then he makes an effort for a while, and then he fades back to, when he wants to come in.
At least fake it for a couple months.
He does. I'm not stupid. I'm very observant. Trust me. He does. He fakes it for a little while, and then he goes back to slowly but surely getting here 5:30, 5:40.
You think someone's going to be in nice and early tomorrow?
Of course.
Give it
for
time.
a little while.
Give it time until the new boss isn't really paying that close attention anymore.
Oh, my God.
And then you start sliding back. You don't do it like...
Are you guys just thinking about the new boss getting wind of this and having a little meeting with you guys?
He will not be happy.
Oh, my God.
No,
come on in, guys. Take a seat. It won't be fun, Tim. It'll just be the... Come, take a seat, guys. I was listening to the show this morning. What happened? What...
We're not going to put up with that bullshit around here anymore. We're not going to put up with it.
He'll fucking just verbally...
Yeah.
A verbal thrashing.
Which is not good, because Erock's been all gold stars with Tim so far.
Uh-huh. Remember we were talking about that just the other day?
Yes.
How Erock was taking the reins at the meeting and...
That's why I'm befuddled by the whole thing.
Taking himself by the horns and really contributing.
So what happened? All right, we didn't get your side of the story. Maybe
Erock,
I got stuck in traffic when I came out of the tunnel, and by the time I got here, I saw how late it was, and I texted Sal and said, "Hey, could you set up the board for 6?" Because
what was wrong with the tunnel?
as soon as I got through the tunnel, it was traffic down 42nd because 8th Avenue was all backed up.
What, do you take 42nd Street?
That's where you come out of the tunnel, right to 42nd Street.
No, I know, but I mean, you actually make your right on 42nd Street?
Yeah, because it's usually dead at that time of the morning, and it was stuck in with cars and buses and everything.
So wait, well, I'm sorry to interrupt you. What time did you pull out of the tunnel?
It's like 5:30.
Oh.
So what time did you text?
I texted him when I got to the garage downstairs.
Why wouldn't you text at 5:30?
There was no text pull off.
5:30. You see a bunch of traffic. You're like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You couldn't find a texting rest area.
Yeah, right. The little blue squares now.
Right.
Yeah, why would you text in the garage?
I haven't put them up yet.
What time did he leave the house? What time did he leave the house?
Erock?
I left at 5.
Left at 5. I'm sitting
in my work chair.
I was sitting in my work chair.
It's just so crazy because, like,
oh my God.
to me, because we've been through regime changes before, and to me, new boss time is fresh start time.
Fresh slate right there.
Like when we,
Because he's looking at everything.
You wipe it clean. No more Radio Wizard. No more fucking Steve
Right.
Blatter. You just all of a sudden, oh, it's a fresh start.
when we got Stump Brain, I could be like, oh, this guy doesn't look at me like I'm just an intern like the old boy. And then we got the
Right.
next guy. Oh, this guy will look at me like this. And now the new guy, I'll be like, oh, I'll just be a rock star in front of him.
Look
and
at
that's
you.
how he'll look at me.
Yeah, you're on air, fucking Sam
It's a
Roberts.
reset.
You're
It's a
fucking-
reset.
It's a reset.
Reset.
Oh, you get to do a new first impression.
And it's the same first.
And he keeps doing the same first impression. Like,
So maybe mornings isn't for these guys. We'll get them on other gigs.
you think?
Yeah, I like them. I like the guys, but
Throw him on music somewhere?
they make it obvious they don't like these hours. So we'll get them better hours. Mm-hmm. Because if you're not here early, then you really don't have to be here until 10 o'clock to start, doing what you do for the next show.
Opie was saying yesterday, we need those nuggets, those things that just spark conversation, the pop culture items, things that a lot of people are relating to. And on paper it might look silly, but with our brilliance and genius, we turned it into amazing entertainment.
True.
Thank you, sir.
Effortlessly.
Thank you. And those are the things that you have to. The only way to get them is to be there early, listening and pawing through things to see and find those things. You can't really find them with 10 minutes to go.
I watch 4 TVs
just for a nugget.
and we always pick up some little
Sure.
dumb thing that they're already doing on TV that we might have missed.
Right.
But then that's
And then
not,
we pick up the shit, listening to 1010 Wins in the morning,
Right.
like
That's
you
a
just
big
said.
thing. I listen to Wins all the way in and 88.
And then
all the way in.
Newspapers in general are a waste of time, but there's every once in a while you got something there like, oh fuck, I didn't know about this, and you throw that at the guys and say, hey, remind me of this.
but then the staff can't say, well, they got MSNBC and 1010 Wins. They're all set. So I just show up when the show starts and be there to hit them buttons.
Hit them buttons. Let's get T-shirts made. Hit them buttons.
Hit them buttons.
With a little digital clock at the bottom that says 5:57.
Hit them buttons.
Hit them buttons.
And all, you should want to do it for yourself.
Do we have the prep sheets for the?
Because first of all, this business is dying.
Your business, it's dying.
So why make it easy for someone to just pass you by?
For Jim?
Prep sheets for the guest.
That would be Sal.
I have them. I printed them out. Yeah.
Okay.
That is true. I mean, most people like with jobs like this are thinking, oh, holy shit, how replaceable am I?
Right.
Like, I got to make sure I'm always there.
You have to be a commodity.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Yes. Something special.
like everyone's getting fired. This business is truly dying. There's not many shows anymore.
And the only way to get ahead is to be in the right place at the right time. So you have to put yourself in as many places at as many times as humanly possible.
Yes.
Possible.
It's a very competitive business. More and more models of radio are popping up in Pandora, Rhapsody, podcasts, online streaming. Just there's so many options besides regular radio and even satellite radio that if you're not a standout, take a hike.
It sounds corny, but if you don't, you got to make your mark. You got to do something that
Yes.
makes yourself irreplaceable or invaluable. Like you can't
Yes.
you don't want to just blend in and fucking pick up a check because they slash
boy.
people, man.
Yeah,
They
eventually
get
they'll get to you.
And they haven't replaced any of the jobs they've cut here.
Look at that.
It's not like they're cutting jobs and going, we can't wait to respend that money.
No, they don't fucking replace them. We've had guys that have fallen to the wayside.
We've lost half our staff.
They don't replace them.
And they haven't replaced anyone.
We're waiting to find out when we're getting Than's replacements.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
That was years ago.
All of our fucking replacements are over at Rockstar.
Yeah.
They're working there.
Yet every time that does happen, somebody comes into our office and tells me and Sam, well, we're going to start looking for somebody.
Yeah. As soon as we fix the console in the studio. Hope, please.
More responsibilities for me.
Oh, my God. You think Erock and Sal are going to be commiserating later?
It's fucking assholes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all it is. And that's the only thing that's going to come out of this.
Do you think
those guys are fucking assholes?
Fucking assholes. Fuck them. Well, you know, that's... And then they'll say something about you.
Of course they will.
And then, and Travis did... And then they'll say something about Travis.
Yeah, it's not about us. God, I can't stress that enough. It has nothing to do with us. You should do it for yourself.
Oh, man.
That's it.
Fuck.
But
Sal.
It's not going to be like, here's like figuring out, yes, there is indeed a problem. This is what I, as an individual, can do to solve the problem. And then this will never happen again. And I won't have to put up with Sam. And I won't have to put up with Travis. And I won't have to put up with Opie and Anthony and Jim.
Sounds magical.
And this is the solution to the problem. It'll be, those guys are being fucking assholes again. What can you do?
Oh, my God.
God, I don't want to raise a slacker. Fuck, it scares the shit out of me.
Oh, boy.
Because I see it all around me, man.
Put them to work.
The people with kids out there, just push your kid and say, look, the kids you go to school with, they're all assholes. They're all slackers.
Just listen.
So if you just fucking focus on something, you're going to be way ahead of everybody.
Listen to all the breaks I do about my dad and just follow those rules.
I saw the change. I don't know how many years ago it happened, but these kids come in and they just like expect everything to be handed to them immediately.
Oh, my goodness.
You got to give them nothing.
Dude,
Make them earn everything.
No one gave us a real break.
No.
Like Mommy Dearest. You don't get anything, Tina. Nothing.
Nothing.
And then when she died, nothing.
Nothing.
Simply in the position, why would anyone give Sam the ammunition? Like, why would why would you guys want to give Sam ammunition? Like Sam's
It's
a
like
good
the
example.
Syrian rebels. You don't want to fucking arm them.
But he's a guy that does do a lot of shit, and it's like
shit is right. But
it's
a lot of it.
Utter, might I say, garbage. But I'm saying it's one thing after another. Like, okay, I'll do that. Okay, that's what you got to fucking do. It makes you very, very hard to replace because you're always
go-getter.
Yeah,
when you realize the quality's not there, you have to rely on quantity.
Of course. That's it. Your shitty voice, it doesn't matter. If you talk enough on enough stations, it doesn't matter.
Denny's a guy with a shitty voice, and what Denny's struggling through.
And a shitty mind to go with it.
And right, and a tiny
shitty
little head,
face
like a neatly coiffed Doberman Pinscher, Denny looks. Just sitting there gently barking at everyone that walks by. How's your day?
Hot mic. Yeah, wow. So tomorrow, what time can we expect you tomorrow, Sal?
I'll take a cab into the city.
Oh, well, now I feel bad because you're gonna be spending extra money. But you can expense it.
Like they said, another. How about the other subway? They can't just take it to another train.
Well, I'll take the cab from Brooklyn into Manhattan. I'll take the subway. So I don't
You know
have
what
to
that money
spend
is?
on the-
An investment in yourself.
Oh,
in your
wow.
future. In your future.
Did you text Eric? You texted Eric back saying I wasn't here? Yeah. Why didn't Eric text somebody else?
Like Citadel stock and investment.
Because if Eric texted somebody else, then they would know that it was minutes before the show started. He wasn't there. He was hoping that everything would just fix itself, and this first break would never
Here's
happen.
what he was hoping. Sal was here, and he would text Sal and say, "I'm gonna be late," which means I'm late already, ridiculously late already. Sal is already here and goes, "Oh, it's okay, cool. I got the board and stuff like that. Don't worry." And then he comes in. Erock comes in and everything's fine. And no one noticed and it's good. But he didn't expect the monkey wrench of Sal also being late. And that fucked his whole game up.
I told Travis and Eric this entire month. This was
I know
happening.
you did. I'm not
about
I'm not
that
talking
one.
about you. I'm saying that you replied to Eric saying I'm not here either, and Eric said, "All right."
Erock, were you practicing a tad of deception?
I have no more texts
comment?
left.
A little?
No, when Sal wrote me back, I was already on my way up. the building.
But when you initially made the text to Sal, were you already practicing a tad bit of deception on the on coming in a little late and trying to dodge that bullet?
No, it was more of I gotta make sure that the board was ready at 6 a.m.
So I texted at 5:52. I've been late
Sal's
before.
my backup, so I thought he was already up here, and I said, "Hey, could you take care of the board?" And he tells me, "Oh, I'm not here," and I was already in the elevator coming up.
I've been late because of traffic. You get stuck at right before the George Washington Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
I texted while I was in traffic.
Yeah, you
not
gotta do
after
that.
you get out of
Yeah,
traffic.
that's what I don't understand. It's
That
like
once you parked.
And then I found a new way to drive to work.
I've done that before too. If somebody fucks up on the expressway and there's a lot of traffic, I will text Kenny, Travis, and just be like, "Oh fuck, the expressway's fucked." I send a picture so they know I'm not lying. I'm like, "Look, taillights, fucker." I send a picture.
Yeah, you don't need to do all that. You're one of the hosts. you're Anthony of Opie and Anthony. You could just say no one's thinking that you're making it up.
I'm late.
I've texted Sam before at 4 in the morning. Before I'm even like, he might not be awake yet, to let him know that I already know I'm going to be late.
Oh,
because
man.
the subway's not
fucked
working
up.
out.
Yeah, that's what the hard part is, that when you came out into the traffic, why wouldn't you just fire off a text here? Look, it's fucking 5:35 here. There's something going on.
And send the text to Sal,
And
Travis,
Travis.
Sam. Yeah,
And then even if you're not late, like if you send somebody a text and say, "I may be late," or I'll probably be late, and then you show up and you're not that late, you look like $1 million.
because
Yes.
you rushed in. Yeah,
You're over prepared.
And I'm saying that Erock did not send that text to inform anybody that he was going to be late.
True. 'Cause he knows it's a
sent
problem.
that text to cover himself
Right.
with Sal saying, "Hey, cover me, I'm not going to be there." If you wanted to let people know you were going to be late with that text, you would have texted Travis.
But you send it at 5:51 to Sal, thinking number one, Sal's not going to tell anybody. Number two, it's so late. Everybody's in a panic. Opie and Anthony are already talking about what they're going to talk about on the show. So this will just
wheel
kinda
right
slip
in
right in.
there.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody will ever know it happened.
He doesn't text anyone else because he knows this is an ongoing issue.
Right. Like if he knows if he texted me.
Like when you guys are late, when either Sam or Travis is late, we notice because it's like, wow, that's weird.
Right. Just because it's a strange occurrence.
Right.
I hope everything's okay is what you think.
Right. Yeah. And it's completely acceptable because none of us are perfect.
Right.
What did I already expect Erock to be late every day?
But Erock also knows if he texted me or Travis that our first stop would be, "Hey, Opie, Anthony, Erock's going to be late." And then our second stop would be, "Hey, Sal, could you cover this?"
yeah. You might want to Travis or even Sam. You might want to text at 5:30. Hey, look, just popped out of the tunnel. Or even in the tunnel. You can send a text at the tunnel.
If that's where the traffic is, sure.
Yeah, I mean, texts go through now. They used to not, but now if you're in the tunnel,
Well, you gave us a good hour of radio, so I guess you are doing your jobs well.
They did prep for this.
Technically, they did their jobs well today. Gave us an hour.
Yeah.
Whatever.
An hour ago, he wasn't even here yet.
No. He's in bed.
Sam, are you saying you think there's some oversleeping going on?
Oh, yeah. I'm very suspicious of the traffic situation. Very suspicious.
You don't buy it?
I don't buy it. I believe that there was about 90 seconds of traffic. And that was like, yes.
Oh, what's he showing?
Hold on.
What's he showing you?
Oh, it's a cockpick.
Okay, he's got a photo of the traffic that he can show us at 6:52.
What time did you take the picture, Erock? Is there a timestamp on it?
If there is, I don't know. Just
keeps it handy.
Yeah, it was probably Saturday night.
No.
He doesn't know how to find it.
Yeah, hold on.
No, the phone doesn't usually timestamp it, though.
There's no timestamps on it.
Because he didn't send it to anyone. He just took the photo.
This is right, yeah.
Wait, is that the last photo you took?
Yeah.
Okay. So why wouldn't you have sent instead of taking pictures? Why wouldn't you have sent the text to the
for
proper
posterity.
people?
Yeah.
This is the time I was late to work.
Look closely. The fucking Trade Center towers are in that picture.
Yeah, why wouldn't you instead of doing the photo thing? Why wouldn't you just send the text to Travis?
Take a photo. 20 minutes later, send a text.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Why would you take a photo?
Right.
Like, you know you're late. So you're like, okay, so this is what. You
Here's
take
my
a photo
proof.
because you need proof, right?
Right.
So at that point, you know you're going to be late. But
As
then you
quick as you could send that text, that's the better.
But then you wait.
Yes.
Until
Why
after
wait?
you're out of all the traffic.
Why
The
wait?
photo is a memory at this point. And you're in the garage going, oh, Maybe I could text someone.
Why?
That was the fail safe, just in case, because like you do the minimal text out, just in case there was a problem. You hold up the thing. See, all right.
How come you took the photo so long before you sent the text?
Once I got off 42nd and I saw this was really, really bad, I took the photo. I didn't text anybody else. I should have.
Wait, you got off 42nd from where? You got off 42nd?
Off 42nd going on to 8th. And it was really bad, so I had to turn back off 8th and go around all the way around through 6th to come around.
But you took
the building.
You took the photo because you're like, I'm going to be late and I need proof, correct?
Well, anytime something has happened,
that's fine.
No matter what it was, I've always taken a photo.
So at that point, you know you're going to be late.
Yeah.
So you didn't think to send somebody a text instead of, I could have a photo of this moment.
Yeah, I should have, but I did not.
What were you thinking? It's a fair question.
At that point, after I took the photo, I was trying to get out of the way with all the fire trucks.
A little something for the scrapbook.
And I turned off.
So you were going to, but there was impending danger.
No, I just was trying to move out of
How to
the
get
way.
out of Spider-Man's way. How long does it take to avoid fire trucks?
Yeah, exactly. I understand that there was obviously something very, very dangerous happening. You couldn't be lollygagging texting. And
Once I
very
turned
fair.
off and it was clear, so I could head to 6th Avenue, I just floored it all the way down.
Fair enough. We're glad you're okay.
Obviously, you had a close call.
Yeah.
We're just lucky to have you.
Yep.
Yeah. At any time, really.
Really, when you think about it.
It's a blessing.
You don't want to do the. It's like you don't even want to. You don't. I know it's that you don't want to do the bare minimum just to squeak by. It's like you want to do something that makes you fucking stand out. Because even if competitive, man.
And even if you don't have any goals beyond the Opie and Anthony show, like it's
an easy gig,
and you could argue that it's the biggest show on the platform. It's certainly the biggest show that's on 5 days a week on the platform by far.
Yes. Oh wow!
Yes.
What about 4 days a week?
Yeah, it's definitely the biggest show 4 days a week.
What
too.
about 3 days a week?
Is AGT on the air?
No.
That's arguable, but like over the summer, definitely, definitely over the summer.
In August, we're kings.
See, Sam's still keeping his options open. You see what he's doing there?
Smart.
Still keeping options open.
Yeah. Hey, look, you guys are the crown princes of all media.
But what I'm saying is, like, there are people in this building.
Yeah.
They're like, fuck, if I could just, like, I would love to work for O&A. Or
It's embarrassing how easy this gig is
Oh, my goodness.
to begin with.
The hardest part is getting shit on when you fuck up.
Yeah.
The hardest
pretty much
part.
it.
The hardest part really is getting up early and getting
up
here.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the hardest fucking thing is getting up early.
Apparently
I've
so.
always said that.
Yep. It's the hardest part.
It's a fucking breeze by the time you get in here.
Apparently so.
We're done by 10. I mean, I know you guys have a longer day than we do. No, I know you do. But it's
Yeah,
still,
but once 10 o'clock is over or 11 o'clock is,
You're just cruising.
yeah, you don't have to worry about not fucking up. Like, you just have to not fuck up in the morning.
I was in a restaurant, the other, like Del Frisco's one day having lunch, and I'm looking at all these guys, and yeah, just a gentleman. But I was looking at all these people in their suits, and I'm like, what a fucking life that must be to have to do that.
Ugh.
Not that it's torture, but like just have to sit there and have those dog shit office conversations with your uncomfortable clothing.
Well, you
like,
know-
fuck, man, what an awful.
You realize you're lucky
Oh, fuck.
in the end.
You're not snapping pictures with James Caan.
Yeah,
You
or
know.
exactly, and I love getting pictures too, and I know that there are certain shows that don't let anybody get pictures. It's like
Yeah.
it
Right.
is fairly lax here.
We're very
this.
generous.
Like, it's ridiculously lax.
Very
here.
generous.
Oh, because we had lame asses, overseeing the damn thing. But it's different now.
There are,
I don't even mean lax in a bad way. I mean like as far as freedoms are concerned. Like the
Right.
show gives a lot of freedoms to all of us to do kind of, it's not as strict as it could be nearly.
there are a lot of jobs in this building alone that are significantly more difficult than this job.
Oh yeah, and much more like regular jobs.
Yeah, a lot of shows to work for that are more difficult.
Oh, man.
And you don't get any exposure from them because nobody's listening.
See people running around.
Yeah.
I need sports stats. Oh, okay.
They're saying there's a timestamp on the phone pick. Press down on the pick options. Options will come up and hit on detail. Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. And I'll bet Erock's fairly.
Let me see if that works now. That's or if this guy's full of shite.
That definitely works. Yeah,
I believe that Eric
just
is,
hit on details of picture in the options.
I believe that Eric is telling the truth about taking the photo in traffic
Yes,
But it just makes
see the
things-
timestamp. It will back your story up.
It comes from the guy that had a branch in the way one day. Let's not forget.
But then he took a photo of the branch.
I know.
That is true.
Did not help his cause.
But that's what he does. Like, he'll show us evidence, and then the evidence is true, but it's only more damaging.
Of course.
Like, this becomes more damaging because now he knew enough to take a photo, but didn't think to text anybody to say, I'm going to be late.
I can't get any details of it.
What do you mean?
It doesn't come up on my phone. Not on an iPhone.
It comes up on yours, right, Mars?
What do you have?
See, it's all about the
Galaxy.
Galaxy. I'm telling you, we got some tricks with these phones.
Maybe in the iPhone 6 they'll have time stamping as a feature, but
Yeah.
they'll come up with some crazy name for it.
Yeah.
My phone does a great trick. The fucking video option disappears from the fucking. When I go to take a video, sometimes the great Danton. When I go to turn it,
Look.
and it just, there's no option.
Look, details.
Oh, yeah.
And I took a picture of the bowl of Lucky Charms that I had to eat.
Oh.
Did you eat one yesterday?
At 12 p.m. See?
Oh,
it pops
man.
up on the Samsung. Gives you, yeah. I was weak yesterday.
12 p.m. That's not as bad. It's not like you did it 12 in the morning.
No, but I came home and I just.
Hello, Lucky Charms.
At least we have text message timestamps now.
Yes.
That's great.
Well, you know, we don't have in the iPhone now is when you want to delete. I send text to
Yeah, I
myself
noticed that.
with material ideas all the time and notes, and I go through and I edit and I delete them so it stays current. 'Cause I always send
Right.
myself. And now you can't do that. It's
Why?
I don't know.
I
It's so
noticed
dumb.
And it's harder to make a call from a text. It used to be the call button was in your text, so I would be texting you and want to call you. Now you have to hit contacts, call, and then voice call. It's a 3-step fucking process. What are
Yes,
you
I don't
doing?
like that.
Why are they adding steps?
Exactly. I noticed that too. It's like, what the fuck is this? I gotta keep going.
By the way, can I just make sure everyone knows that Sal has decided we were done with him?
Segment over.
He's like skulked out of here.
It just left.
That's right.
He just decided to leave.
That's the type of person we're dealing with.
That's right.
He didn't hear a word we said.
No.
It's too bad.
Oh boy. Oh boy. He's coming back.
He's coming back. All right, good.
I still support your
Where'd you go?
your Coke float theory, by the way. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was just stepping out for like I don't know. I thought you guys didn't want to talk to me anymore.
Oh jeez.
Just stepping out. Thought it was break time.
Who's taking phone calls?
I really
right now?
thought it was breakfast time.
Who's on the phones right now?
And I remember one of Sal's selling points. Oh, sorry. I remember one of Sal's selling points when you were first as an intern here.
Blowjobs?
Yes, really. He had G/R, which meant give and receive, and I'm like, how do you pass that? But no, you were giving the other interns crap because they were not good workers. And I remember. I forget who the interns were at the time, but you really
We always forget. Yeah.
But you were all over them for being. And I'm not saying you're an awful worker or a bad worker, but you want to do something. You don't just want to be fucking an unnameable or unmemorable guy on the staff because when jobs get cut, you want to be the one that they go, fuck, we got to move. You know, because you want to be on air, don't you? Or do you want to be in a
I don't wanna
producer
be on air.
or a producer's position? I
Well,
mean,
yeah.
like, but you don't just want to be where you are. You want to
of course.
some forward motion,
Advance.
Yeah, advance.
Well, that ain't happening.
You don't think so?
Oh
No.
man.
No.
It's lateral Sal.
What exactly is it you do here?
Yeah, you don't want to be in that position with a guy like Tim. I mean, not that Tim is a fucking tyrant,
But he's actually paying attention.
and he's
He'll
been around
pay
for
attention.
a long time. He's
Yeah.
been around a long time.
He'll pay attention.
And Tim barrel talks. Every time I talk to Tim, the first thing I say, excuse me for interrupting, I just find
Yeah,
Tim will
he
fucking
will
roll
just
over you, man.
roll. Yep.
Yeah, and you don't want that to be in a negative.
Oh my god, I can only imagine how fucking
He's
shitty
fired
that
people
is.
before.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's just part of his job. He knows how to fire people.
Gary and Bladder were kind of thrust onto this show.
Yeah, I don't think Gary ever wanted it. So
No, it's not. He's more of a music guy, and whatever. This is
to be fair, I don't think he really ever wanted it. I mean, we beat him up pretty good,
Yeah.
obviously, but
Tim-
in the end, he's very happy he's not part of this anymore.
Tim's a
And
guy
we've had
who's-
nice conversations since, by the way.
Yeah, it's easier. There's no more pressure. It's like
No, we were talking about Metallica the other day. Just like, wasn't that great? Yeah, it was wonderful.
But Sabian's a guy who wanted this, and he's a guy who does this. This is what he does, and it's like I'm not overselling Tim. I'm telling you,
He ain't gonna put up with shit.
and
He'll be nice about it, but he's not gonna put up with shit.
yeah, but he can also be a motherfucker. I mean, he can also
what I'm
be very
saying.
harsh. I remember from YSP, it's like the station did well because he fucking He knew what he was doing.
He's a hammer.
I can't wait till tomorrow, bright and early. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed in the morning. Yeah, they're going to be here.
You're going to walk in, fucking Sal's going to have like a nice rag. He's going to be polishing the chair. Sit down, boss.
I'm telling you, Sal, if you've heard anything, do it for yourself. Should work really hard for yourself.
Like that production piece you did, which was awful, and we made fun of it. It was about Roland, I think.
Oh,
it?
Get the panda angry!
Panda.
No, is that a lion? That's still going.
Panda.
That was a panda?
Yeah, angry.
But even though that was fairly disastrous and showed tremendously low ability level, it is memorable. And it was your thing. So you should be doing that constantly. Like making production. It's like part of fucking like, you know, I flop. If I go to get a picture of somebody, whatever, and I don't get it. I can either fucking slink away and not ask people or fucking own it and make fun of it. You should do the same shit. You should be doing more production. And if it stinks, we will absolutely play it. Don't make it bad on purpose because that will be obvious.
Yeah.
But if it's funny, it's funny. And if it's lousy, you use it. But you should be fucking just constantly doing stuff like that.
Like when me and Steve started doing The Inventor and Epstein.
Oh, of
and
course.
you guys destroyed
Classics.
it.
Yeah.
And then we immediately went into the studio to record like 5 more.
Classics.
I fucking love those stupid things.
Yeah.
They
For a
grew
while.
on you.
The office mandate was if you come up with something in the office, you have to make it a production.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So anytime I would be silly in the office, I would be forced into a production studio to do characters.
Do it.
But
Do
that's
a
what you
character.
do. Yeah, that's what you do. It's like, and if it's shitty, there's going to be something that gets that. There's going to be something mineable in it or funny in it.
It's better to get shit upon for doing bad work than it is for not
Showing up.
For not doing any work or for blending in and just being one of the.
None of you liked the Ramon bit the first time it.
No.
Really?
Yeah, all 3 of you were like, "What the fuck is this?"
Probably, yeah.
Like this makes no sense.
I miss Ramon.
Yeah.
And in fairness, it was a mediocre bit.
Stupid.
It made no sense.
No,
But then it grew on us.
it did.
We're not talking about Jimmy doing Ramon, by the way.
Steve doing Ramon.
Right.
Yeah, Steve.
Ramon.
Ramon. Just idiocy. It was utter idiocy.
Wipe the shit from my shoes.
There's no context to it.
None.
Yeah, but Steve could be creative when he was in that right mindset and a production. Steve was a good production guy.
He was
man.
very creative.
Steve had no fear of failing.
No.
Because he enjoyed his characters so much that he didn't care if you liked
Steve
him or
loved
not.
it. Yep.
Exactly. He was having a good time with it. Dang it.
And that's what you got to find, man. That's what you guys should be doing behind the scenes all the time because that's the stuff that's memorable. Even if it's really funny, it's going to last, and if it stinks, we'll get stuff out of it.
Of course.
And we'll mock it. And you stand there. It would rather be in the barrel for putting in a piece of shit production that we can goof on than for like, where the fuck were you? You're not here, you know.
I'm just thinking about Steve and his production now. I can't tell you how many times I was in that production booth and he wanted me to do something and he's just giggling like an idiot. And I'm like, I don't know if this is going to work. And he's just the happiest person with what he's come up with.
No, this is great. Do it.
Well, that bit about the you're in my fucking house. That bit stunk.
With Wild Bill, right?
It's a terrible bit.
Yeah.
It's hideous. It's poorly written. It means nothing. It was dumb. But there was something very funny in it, and we found something funny in it.
Because you're in my fucking house.
Oh, it was abysmal.
Yeah.
A dreadful radio bit.
You didn't like it?
No, it was terrible.
Well, now we got to play that bit.
We certainly
have
do.
that laying around.
Yeah, we should have that in Delete.
All right.
Well, I guess that's it. Beginning of the show, you know.
Like, do you guys have any? Like, do we have any? Like, what stuff? We have Rich Little in studio today.
Ooh.
Who's a fucking legend in my generation? We know him. Do we have any of his stuff pulled? Like anything from Rich Little's moments or like little stuff like that? Not that we would absolutely use him, but you know. And we have Michael Shannon from Boardwalk Empire. Like, do we have any like little momentary cool clips of him? The guy's a fucking
Just going with the
brilliant
Rich
actor.
Little. I mean, you know, we should have had something prepared that we could play in a break right here.
Yeah, just
going,
like
hey,
a-
Rich Little's coming in and he did this once.
Yeah, here's him doing this on Carson. He
Right.
probably did fucking 100 Carsons.
Yeah, like 20-something car since I looked it up.
Oh, I was off by 80, but you know what I mean.
No, it's like a.
But we can't have those.
Numbers.
We can't have those discussions if half the staff is showing up at 5:50.
Yeah. Like, you want to make yourself indispensable where if, like, you're not here and that stuff doesn't get done, we notice. Why isn't that fucking... How come we don't have this stuff that we
or just
normally
take it
have?
upon yourself. Go, you know what? I know Rich Little's coming in. I know. I
Right.
did some research. I saw some YouTube clips you might be interested in. Here it is, just in case.
Yeah.
Boom, done.
Oh, what's he doing? Oh, it's Johnny Cash.
Let me hear him doing Johnny Cash.
Rich Little as Johnny Cash.
Yeah, I mean, time hasn't been kind to Rich Little.
Well, you know, it's been a long run.
But I mean, at the time, everyone thought he was amazing, and then you look back and you realize maybe the impressions weren't that great.
Well,
Could you start from the beginning? Sorry.
Yeah.
Rich Little, who's coming in today, doing Johnny Cash. Let's see how good this is.
Hello, I'm Johnny Cash.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You all know how I feel about trains, those great iron horses that brought this nation together on gleaming ribbons of steel.
That's fucking good.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah. Smoke,
Just shut my fucking mouth.
Pouring cargo from Maine to California. From Michigan.
It's really weird when an impressionist, if we find one bad one they do, that's the one that sticks in the mind.
I know.
This is good.
Hey, looky yonder, coming down that railroad track.
Oh, it's wacky. Wacky video.
Yeah, they're showing trains crashing.
Blossom special, bringing my baby back.
Holy shit.
That's not bad.
Good.
Damn.
Yeah, that's pretty damn good.
Fuck.
Pretty damn good.
Oh.
Food's coming down the hall, so why don't we take a break?
Oh, yeah.
We got a
can do
really
that.
busy show today.
A lot of people. What do we got?
UFC middleweight champ Chris Weidman.
Fuck yeah, he's from Long Island.
Long Island guy, man.
Long Island guy doing made good. We like that. We like that a lot.
And Michael Shannon, who's in Boardwalk Empire. And,
Right.
who is he? He plays the guy who was the cop at one point. And
Yeah.
then he's fucking great. And he
He's
was in that Ray
amazing.
Liotta movie. He played
Yes, he was the Iceman.
the Iceman. He played the Iceman.
Right.
See, I'm really looking forward to him coming in studio because I want to see if he's like out of his mind.
If he's
Because
crazy,
he's so crazy on Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah, and he was crazy in Iceman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He might just be crazy.
might be crazy.
He's really good, man.
Maybe he's not really acting that much.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in the new Superman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Neil
He's
before.
crazy like that guy from No Country for Old Men. Crazy.
Javier Bardem.
Yeah. You look at him and you'd be like, this guy's just fucking crazy.
Yeah, you put a little Hansel haircut on that guy.
Yeah.
He is nuts.
Oh wow! They said he's going to play possibly. We'll ask him this. Elvis Presley in a movie about the meeting that Elvis had with Richard Nixon in 1970.
Gonna do a whole movie about the meeting?
It's going to be very short. It's going to be a lot about driving. Like Elvis gets traffic.
Make a left right here.
And also, podcast number 20 is up today. The Opie and Anthony podcast, a new episode every Wednesday. This week, it's Stalker Patty getting high.
Yeah, this was a good one because instead of going like a best of Stalker Patty, we wanted to go with this because it's nice and long. But Joe Rogan's in for it.
Nice.
I think it's one of Ari Shafir's first appearances.
Nice.
Oh. And
Didn't Ari show his ball
he showed
bag?
his dick.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Right.
he pulled his dick out of his pants, and we all pretended we couldn't see it. We gave Patty a breath strip.
Right.
And Rogan looked at her like, you know that there's marijuana on that, right? That's a THC strip. And she started freaking out.
She freaked out, yes.
And she really thought she was high. She
Yes.
was not high, obviously.
No, it was just
God, I do
Listerine.
remember that.
I
yeah.
don't like this. Yeah.
A lot of our podcasts featured Joe Rogan in the end, indirectly.
Yeah.
Did a lot of great radio with us.
Baby Bird was Rogan.
A lot of shit,
part
man.
of that.
So Rogan's on this one as well. Podcast number 20. Go to our Facebook page, Opie and Anthony. There should be a link there, and you should know how to get it by now, hopefully. And spread the word, because like I say every week, there are people out there that just can't afford SiriusXM anymore, unfortunately. So this is a good way for them to kind of, still be able to listen.
Yeah.
At least, right?
Yes.
All right.
The Opie and Anthony Show presents a Wild Bill production.
Due to the massive critical acclaim and commercial success of The Fan and Sam Show, XM202 is proud to present a new Opie and Anthony spin-off, a program that will surely take the radio world by storm, announcing Steve C. and his best friend Bill. Starring Opie and Anthony's own Steve C. and his best friend forever, Bill the Intern, who is sensible, articulate, and certainly not crazy.
Anyone home? Hello? Hiya, Steve. Swell condo.
What are you doing in my house?
Why are you pissed off? What's your fucking problem?
What's my problem? You're in my fucking house.
The door was open. I thought your wife was gonna cook us a nice organic dinner.
Honey, is there a problem?
No, nothing's wrong. Just stay in the living room. I'll handle it. Bill, get the fuck out now.
I can't leave.
Why not?
My parents just died, and you're my legal guardian.
That's terrible. I'm sorry. How'd your parents die?
In their sleep?
Bill again!
The Opie and Anthony Show continues in moments.